before we talk about the rainforest of Costa Rica, let's first talk about Costa Rica itself, like the geography, the geology, and the history of this very small Central American country. First of all, Costa Rica is located between 8 degrees and 11 degrees north of the equator, which puts it very close to the equator. In contrast to New York State, we're between 41 degrees and 45 degrees north. So they're extremely close to the equator. They're right there. My finger takes up the whole country on this map. Costa Rica is about as big as West Virginia, land-wise, and it has the population of around 3 million people. That would compare to the population of Colorado. This is a map of Costa Rica, the country, and notice it's wedged in between two countries, Nicaragua in the north and Panama in the south. Both countries have been on the news in the last 10 years. We invaded Panama, had a very militaristic government, and also Nicaragua had a very militaristic government. Most amazing thing about this is Costa Rica has no army. It's only national police, that's it. But they're fiercely independent people. Costa Rica was one of the oldest democracies in Central and South America. Right around 1870, 1890 is when they had their first elections, and they have had presidents all the way up. And in 1948, the people that were in charge of the country didn't want to leave, and they had a revolution to get back to democracy. That was in 1948. Now, let's talk a little bit about the geography of this country. This country sits on 3 plates, and for you earth science people, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. The Caribbean plate comes in, the Cocoa plate comes up, and the North American plate comes in. So this is actually a boundary for 3 plates, and where you have the boundary for any plates, you have a tremendous amount of seismic activity, and that's exactly what is going on in Costa Rica. Costa Rica has 10 volcanoes, which makes up the backbone of the country. It goes all the way down through the country. Costa Rica is called the Switzerland of Central America. Its highest peaks are 12,500 feet. Those peaks are over 3 times higher than any peak we have in New York State. They're comparable to the Colorado Rockies. They have one volcano in particular that we are going to go visit. It's one of the most active volcanoes in the world. It's located right here, and it's called Arenal. It's a very active volcano, and it's killed quite a few people over the past years. Costa Rica also has had a very bad earthquake 2 years ago in April. And it was 7.4 on the Richter scale. It was stronger than the earthquake in Mexico in '89, and it was stronger than the earthquake in California. It mostly affected this area over here, the East Coast. An amazing thing that it did, it raised the land over 4 feet. And what happened to the bays and harbors on the East Coast is it raised the bottom of the ocean up 4 feet, and it exposed the coral. The coral died. They had to re-dredge their harbors. And the area that we will be visiting first into the jungle or the rainforest is located right here near a town called Siquirres. This is one of the most hard-hit spots for the earthquake right here.
Right now we're about 10,000 feet above the central plateau of Costa Rica. This plateau is where the majority of the Costa Ricans live. As you can see, the mountains in the background are quite high, about 8,000 feet. Their slopes are absolutely perfect for growing coffee. Coffee has to be grown at a rather high altitude. The city of San Jose is directly below us now, and you're probably wondering why we picked Costa Rica to go visit the rainforests. Well, there are rainforests in other places, such as the main one, the Amazon jungle, but the Amazon jungle is huge. and it's very difficult to get around. You have to go by boat most of the places. Here, the roads they're fairly good, and you can visit several different types of rainforest all in one day if you want. You can actually go on top of the mountain and see the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Pacific on the other side. The other reason we picked Costa Rica is because my roommate from college, he lives here. His great-grandfather was president of Costa Rica, and his father helped to start a revolution to throw out the people that would not get out of power when they were voted out. So those are the two main reasons we picked Costa Rica. So why don't you just sit back and watch the film. What you are experiencing now is a typical morning in the rainforest, and this particular area of the rainforest is called El Tigre. El Tigre is privately owned. It's owned by my roommate Alvaro. And to tell you a little bit more about the area called El Tigre, here's my roommate.
Here's the philosophic part, okay? It says private property. It's not private property. We're not land owners. We're land keepers. So we believe this is to get away the illegal bombing, the dynamite in the rivers. We'll be able to fish. So we just tell them not to mess around with us. And if something happened, we have means to get either the law or something else on top of the people that does that. So it's kind of a message to everybody that comes in here, and that's about it. Here we believe that all the beings in this planet should know how to interrelate or survive together. Illegal hunting and fishing is prohibited. El Tigre. The thing that I was going to tell you is that